Hello builders, welcome to another ESO Homes. Today we're going to be looking at a Fallout 4 build. Started off, I was just going to do a vault, and then I added a sewer entrance just beyond the door, and then I ended up adding a train station or a subway on top of the sewer. So as a result, I've hit my building limit and I can't decorate the train station, so that's going to look rough. The structure's there though, so we'll start the tour. With the train stations, there's always a ticket office, stairs coming down with the arches on the right or the left, depending on the stairwell. And there's always double rows of arches in the station. I actually ended up taking a couple of photos of the station and then just doing my best. I've actually been playing Fallout 4 a lot. I've been on ESO for 3 years. Probably going to take a break until Blackwood comes out now, and it's March, so not that long. Oh, my train. Can't do the round ones because of item limit, and that would be really hard to get all the angles and the curves out of straight plates. But you know, the basic carriage is there. Looks rough, and I've only put 4 benches on the inside. That's could have used the metal plates to save items. So a couple of these further down and only a bit sticking out the wall. Not going to do that now. I think this is like my 4th time of trying to record this because I always find mistakes or change things or waffle too long. God damn it, I can talk. Anyway. Pooh, give me 1 second. Alright, so the train. Mainly just the metal plates, scavenge plate, support straight, and scavenge plate ornate. That's all you need from Clockwork City to build the carriage. If you're building a camper van or a bus, they work. Let's see, a couple of cups for the door handles if you're doing a vehicle, and then the engine. I'm going to come back to that. Stick around to the end or skip to the end. It's going to take too long for the middle of the tour. Also, couldn't do a nuker machine. Best I could do with a 5 item count was that. It's just pitiful. But hey, every station has a nuker machine. Would have really liked to have another Mr. Protectron stood in one of these, but I couldn't, so I don't. So every platform at the end has little storage rooms. Sometimes they go to side areas or offices. They're normally storage, or the majority of them are storage. Mine's going to the sewer. So it's going down towards the vault. Used the mist of the hag fen, so I kept the lighting down. There was a door at the top just here that was blocked with the rubble, so I wanted to keep it atmospheric to a sewer. Or a subway tunnel. Someone said they wanted traps as its vault-tec, or, you know, tricks. So basically this is the first test. If you're too stupid to walk across this without falling in, you don't deserve to get in the vault. For a basic sewer build, it wasn't much. Couple of walls, use the bricks, dark lighting, couple of pipes, couple of dead bodies. That's about it. Gets more detailed once you get to the door. Now you can't take it with you, but they tried. The door was shut though. Speaking of doors, here's mine. Yeah, someone wanted turrets. That was kind of the best I could do without going nuts. Oh, all the vaults, pretty much, I think at least 5 out of 6 in Fallout 4 have got the steps up on the left. Normally on the other side of the door, but did what I could. I also wanted my Assaultron. Next up we come to the vault. I did want to do a 3-story building, but again, I always plan way too big. So this is my Solitude Vault in case of apocalyptic dragon attack. I had fun doing the Mr. Handy. Actually, a lot of the robots were fun. Try to copy the Soul Survivor's Kitchen as much as I could, because it's used in most houses. This L piece and the blender, or food mixer at the end. Also iconic to Fallout 4 are the diners. So I thought, well, if I turn the kitchen into a diner. This was the first one I fully decorated, and I really like how this came out. The Khajiit long red cushions, I think it's a blue recipe, would have been perfect to have on the back and the base of these seats, but you know, I don't have, what, 12 item count plus the mats. It wasn't going to happen. But I think, yeah, the commissary came out quite well for Fallout style. Regrettably, because it's under Solitude, Nords aren't the brightest of people. So when they came down here and they saw all my Mr. Handys and Assaultron staff, it was a case of Hulk smash before I could stop them. Now, here's one they didn't break. Okay, the desk. The overseer always has the oval desk, but I didn't decorate his room. It was just one of the cart backs. But so I moved it down here. I put in my robot support personnel, and then also iconic to Fallout 4. If you're going to do an overseer's office, make sure you have 2 of these sideways for the round windows. And I don't know why that one's too high. See, this is why I'm on my 4th attempt at this video. I'm constantly moving shit and fuffing around. Just get one last look through there because damn, I was happy. Oh, the Mr. Handy. I think these are in the Crown store. Just a normal pot, little sconce in the bottom, and I don't know if these are from a pack only. The rack of spider legs is in the Crown store, but you'd have to check for this. I hope they are. I should have recorded some of the Fallout sounds and just played them. Okay, moving on, because time's dragging. My school. Schools in Fallout, always the same format. Desk at the front, obviously it's a school. Not too many chairs because the populations are always low. And then the projector at the back. And today's lesson is Dwemer megastructures. Hence the board projection. The windows are horrific to build. None of the edges are straight. You just can't line anything up. So even with the cases for the windows, there's always going to be gaps at the top and bottom, clipping on the wood. You just have to grin and bear it. Next up, my hairdressers. There should have been some of the Solitude patching kits for the scissors and the tools, but I just don't have space. And it's not worth getting rid of something for 2 tiny decorations. Come back to that room. Okay, aside from the robots, you've got my I am really doing well for blanking today. My reactor room. Good grief. That's my little nuclear reactor at the back. Should have been glass in here, but I'm out of glass boxes. So I'll show you the mess. If you can't see anything, don't decorate it. Easy enough. And then just put a bit of light on in here. If you want to have a reactor room or a mechanical room with a small item count, always go for large items in a large room. Moving is better, but not too many, because otherwise it can crash you on loading into the house. And just a couple of metal plates or wall parts or whatever you have, just to fill gaps up in the background. There you go, you can see it properly now. And this is just the recharging station, the bed, fan out of a pack. That's from Crown Store. Sun's from Crown Crates, furnace, and Crown Crate green light. I see maybe 20 items in there. If you don't look too closely, it's not bad. Okay, so upstairs, that's the door to the residential wing. I've just thrown in 2 residential rooms. This one's locked to save on space. Oh, doors in vault-tec. Always metal. They're either closed. Use those 500 gold plates from Clockwork City. I'm lucky enough to have these from a pack. And if you open the door, they always go up. So I've done that. Residential, it's blah. There's nothing fancy to do in the residential rooms. Even in game, they're nearly empty always. And my overseer's office, I tried to have a light by every door that matches, and the reason is that when you then do fake doors, if you have the metal and the light, hopefully people still count it as more rooms. Should have been a lot more of those doors as well, but again, item count. Oh, and because it's vault-tec, they're always doing something bad. So in this vault, they decided to turn all the residents into soul-driven. Trying to build a hospital wing is difficult in Fallout 4. ESO, good grief. The oxygen tanks, you know, you can't, we don't have the parts for it, but just do what you can. Got my nurse handy, but she's shut down. And this is where the evil happens. I'm happy with that. I think it looks sinister enough for a vault-tec experiment. I certainly wouldn't want that thing hanging over me. That's it. I'm not changing this house for a while, so if anyone wants to borrow it, I know some of my guildies are on here. Side door just goes to Mundus Crafting. I'll throw one dummy down as soon as I can pick something up. Oh, the train. That was the last thing I'm going to do. This is all in-game. Oh, apart from the shield. But you don't need the shield. Everything else here you can get in-game. The legs. They're the same leg, but this one is just on backwards. It's actually that leg. Because there's not all the parts. That's one piece, so just attach one of these weapons. Not sure if they drop. I think they drop actually. This head doesn't drop, but that one does. I just combined them. So that's it, you can make the robot. The train engine, you can do a fair chunk of it in-game. So you've got... That's craftable. The pipe is craftable. This is pack only. This fan might be craftable, so you could use 2 of those for the movement. That is crown gem only, but you can just put any kind of bright light on the front. And for this, you just need... Well, if you're going to have this down, then any kind of the wide pipes. There's one which is twice as wide as that. They were in my workroom, reactor room. Just put one of those inside, or where's it gone? If you have 2 of these, I'm sure they're craftable from purple. So you can still get some movement. Unfortunately not as complete. Oh, and that piston is furnishing pack only, unfortunately. There you go. I think that's it. I hope that if you want to try doing your own robots, that might have given you some ideas. Or if you want to mess around with the Fallout 4. I would recommend only doing one room at a time. Vault's pretty big, but the diners are pretty awesome. So I'm sure people could do a nice diner if they wanted. Just going to show you these robots as well in case anyone wants to play with robots. Crown store? Nope. Oh, achievement furnishing. I don't really like having that in here, but I needed the effect from the smoke and the electricity. Luxury vendor. That should come back around in February. Maybe early March, but I think Feb. Torch, and again, that drops. And the head, just switch it out for that head. Just drop this back. What do they do? I can't see that moving. Okay, never mind. I'm sure I'm probably moving something elsewhere. This one, again, body, normal head, normal arm, lux, crown store, and this is just antiquity, you just dig it up. Oh, one other trick to show you. Yeah, that's all crowns or gem crate. These don't have feet, so this is that elbow. You find it separately, you just angle it and make sure it's placed into the leg. That's it. Hope it's been entertaining. Hope it might have given you some ideas for your own build, whatever projects you want to take. And until next time, happy building.